All right. What's up, everybody? We are live from the Gators lair. All right. Let this chat build up. See if we could get the King of Florida on here himself, Chance. You know who don't hop on these shows a lot? Them Russians, man. We need to get Andre. We need to get a few people on here.
Yeah, hell, why not?
They're your best friends.
No. I mean, I love the Russians. They're aggravating referee.
They don't like losing.
They act like they can't understand me when I know they can.
Oh my God, what a good move. Hey, next time the ref tells me to move my elbow, I'm gonna tell him I don't understand him. I love that.
Actually, well done.
That's not.
All right, here we go.
No. I mean, I love
What's it? Dang, I crap sizzle that.
All right. Oh, Garage Grinders, you are first in the chat. What's up? All right. Before anyone gets in this chat, let's talk about me losing this weekend. So I didn't get to rewatch that match. I seen you watched it live. It was a little closer than I thought.
You look very uncomfortable, and you didn't fight for the setup very well. You just kind of let them do their thing.
You want to hear some excuses?
Yeah.
You were late.
Okay, well, since you want to hear some, this is what I could have done better. I lost because I wasn't strong enough. Let's make that clear first. But what I could have done better was get there Friday, not cutting weight. So I was cutting to 98 the same day. And then I was just a little out of my composure, man. I should have probably took 30 minutes, got myself together. I pulled him pretty much straight out the Uber from the airport on 10 hours of travel, which is all good. He was probably like 10% stronger, but I wish that my third match looked like the first match looked like the third. Then I think I would have had some traction. Like you said, I'm kind of ashamed that I think I abandoned my composure, and I usually never lose my composure. Even if I'm against the baddest dude in the world, I'm going to try my thing and do my game. And I did okay for the most part. Like that last match, I was very happy with. I just honestly wish I kind of defense hooked him rather than just kind of try to twist through it. I was getting the stop on him, so I wasn't getting flash pin, but I just wasn't in a good position to maintain any pressure on my bicep once we would stop. So that third match, I changed my angle, got some good traction on him, but I wasn't implementing my system either, man. I was riding out matches that sucked without elbow fouling out of it. It's just let it be a lesson for keeping your composure and sticking to your game plan.
Like I said, I know how I've reffed you. I know how you are. So like you wasn't really trying to blow his hand up like you normally do. Like you didn't really look like you were.
Hold on. As soon as I got there, the reffing was fucking crazy. It was Leonard. And it was a couple guys that were real strict, and they do good reffing, but they weren't going to let that shit happen. I fouled out in the tournament first match from like some micro elbow fouls.
Yeah.
I was able to pull off a third left in the class, I think of 13 or so. And then I got smoked right hand. That super match took a good bit out of my elbow.
Yeah, after your second loss right-handed, I turned it off.
Yeah, I would have too. It was a shame. My left showed up a little bit, man. I would have done better than third if I didn't get fouled the first match. So I went B-side immediately, got a couple good wins, but overall just a poor performance, man. Shameful. I put a lot of preparation into that only to kind of let the travel and some of my other things steal the composure from me. So lesson learned. Next stop, Niles Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just as scary of a dude, except he's gonna have to pull me in the middle of the swamp. We ain't in the Midwest. There ain't nothing out here but Florida guys, FAL. So he'll be in my house, and can't do much worse than 0-3. But I think I have a lot better chance. The way I look at it is if Niles and Cody pulled, I would probably lean on Cody to win that. So he's definitely not going to take my composure in Florida. So we're going to give it hell. I could care less, bro. I'll take any match. I just enjoy arm wrestling. I like the high from the competition. I like the excitement. It's a lot funner when you're winning, but you know, I ain't scared to get up to bat. I'll swing for the fences on every time I get up. So, and it's a lot funner. Let's be honest, just pulling guys that are a step above. You know, people say I lose a lot. Well, it's because I pull the fucking baddest dudes around.
Yeah.
I could pull some B tier shitty guys and just be smoking everybody. I hate those. I never take that match unless someone's forcing it with money.
Yeah. I
Other
agree.
than that, I'll fly out to pull the baddest motherfucker from your state, win or lose. I'll come there and you know, give it everything I got. But like it was, we got to go out to Michigan and pull Joel Huddick last year. Bunch of cool shit. There's nothing like going in someone's yard and that's their biggest dog, their biggest, meanest dog. And you walk right up and say, I'll fight this one.
Yep.
So I enjoy it, man. It's a good time, but you know, don't think I'm happy with that performance at all. I definitely am making some adjustments. You know, I mean, it's like anything you watch, it just exposed some weak points. So I got 3 weeks to work on those. Who we got in the chat so far? We got 12 people. Benji Max says, yo, Red Lightning, what's up? Robert, I ended up with your pen somehow. I'm not sure how that happened, but somebody must have slipped your pen in my pocket. I believe I was writing a note down and ended up with your pen. Right, the hand says, yo. Brandon Morris is sounding like Michael Todd. I like Michael Todd, but I hope I do not sound like him. My excuse is always I was not strong enough. It's never anything other than strength, because there's a reason my daughter can't beat me with all the cheating and technique. I'm just too fucking strong. So it's always strength. I like Michael Todd, but he does make some excuses. James Clark says hello. Right, the hand says, I sound like Michael Todd saying, I don't suck, I just go after the best. Well, it's easy to talk shit with that ponytail. But if you want me to cut yours off, you come get some yourself, right the hand. You'll leave looking like Stone Cold. Garage Grinder says everyone has those days. No shit. Right the hand. Wait till you see the new promo video that's coming out. We are putting out an FAL commercial and advertisement. And I think you would be tickled to see one of the matches or a couple of matches in there. Austin Jagger says, what's up? What's up, dog? You are 3-0 against Tim Bresnan as far as I'm concerned. It is your job to keep his elbow on the fucking pad. Not your job at all, dog. Defend yourself at all times. As far as I'm concerned, you knocked him out of the ring. Chad Britton says, hey, what up, FAL? Red Lightning, you are an absolute gift giver, brother. I'll repay the favor when you're down here. Yeah, it's we got a couple of things we want to talk about. We're going to implement in the FAL. You guys should all share this with your buddies. Talk about this.
Big news.
Big news. So a lot of people, here's a good example. I've been getting some questions that say, if I win 2 or 3 of these amateur FAL events, am I then forced into the pro, or can I win all 11? This is a great thing to address. We never anticipated this. I don't know if anybody here was a fortune teller or foreseen this problem, but the short answer is no. You cannot win the 11 FAL events. I've been arm wrestling a long time, and while you would argue, playing devil's advocate, that winning all 11 is just your first season as an amateur, I would argue that you will push out 5 guys for every victory you get after your third. So these guys will get bored and they're no longer going to want to participate. So what do we do? You know, do I now take the new guy that's a novice, or I'm sorry, amateur? We don't have novice. We just have amateur and pro right now. So if we take the new guy that's an amateur, he wins his first 3 events. We then bump him up to pro and he gets smoked. Okay. So then his first 3 events, he's a first place every time. Now his 4th event, he's 0-2. And event number 4 through 11, he's 0-2. All right, that's not good for anyone either. So the hardcore arm wrestler would argue that, well, that's how I came up. Like Artem would say, I started in the pro class. Trent, right? You didn't there.
I pulled 2 amateur classes. Arden said
There was no buffer. Okay, I agree with that. However, I don't want anyone to be fooled about the goal of FAL. The goal of FAL is to grow Florida arm wrestling at all costs. So if giving away, little fucking Hercules action figure trophies grows arm wrestling, if it's, hats with our name, whatever the gimmick is that gets us to grow the sport and take this from 200 to 500 people, that's the goal, right? We are well aware that more people is more better. So we don't want to thrust the guy into the hardcore days where it was kill or be killed. I'm okay with that. That's how I came up. That's how I cut my teeth. But I think we need a semi-pro. And you get guys that are going 0-2 in the pros, but they've won, like here, Chase, for example, the kid I'm training.
Yeah.
His first tournament's bike week. His second tournament, he wins Florida State's amateur. Now he's forced into the pro to pull Andre every time for the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
How enthusiastic is this guy about that, And he's showing up and going to war. But in order to build our talent and to grow our talent pool without, guys just getting blown out the water, we're going to introduce a semi-pro. So you will have your amateur, semi-pro, and pro divisions. This is absolutely great. The pros, it doesn't affect at all. But it's the simple system as it worked before. If you win 3 amateur events, you are now forced into the semi-pro. If you win 3 semi-pro events, you're now in the pro. You have the option at any point to pull up. But, once you're forced into, let's say, Trent, let's say you were a semi-pro and you win 3, now you're forced into pro. You obviously can't go back and pull amateur. No. It's always been the same way it works, but we are going to create a buffer zone from dudes just getting their ass kicked. And, the one thing to understand is not everybody is a hardcore arm wrestler. Some of these guys are hobbyists, and a person has a right, if they're not winning, to not have to go to the pro division. You shouldn't have to pull Crazy George, Justin Bishop, and Noel Nunez if you aren't taking this too seriously. But the flip side of that is that you also don't deserve to kick the guy that's first time his ass every single weekend just because you don't want to pull these guys. So I think what we're going to find is about 30 to 40% of our guys are actually semi-pros, and they kind of would do better in the semi-pro. That's where they're at home. Obviously, if you're an established pro and you're out here handing out the smoke, you're only eligible to that. But it is a beautiful system, man. It's almost like a belt system. It's almost like white belt, blue belt, purple belt, all this stuff. So it gives guys something to focus on, and it gives us a beautiful tiered system where your guy doesn't win 11 amateur events. And I had never considered this. I don't think anyone considered it, but it did come down to, in the end, how, are we going to have Chase win all 11 amateur events? That's horrifying. That's not fun for anybody, for anyone that took second place to him. Where they, so what we're going to do is we're introducing the semi-pro. It's going to be out of control. I think it's going to be probably one of the most competitive classes, just because you are going to have a true talent pool that is very mixed. The pro class, there's so many different levels to pros, like good example, the level between, let's say, me and Babayev. Okay, we're both 198, but there's 7 levels between us. Mm-hmm. Some would say 107. That doesn't exist so much in the guys that aren't great pros. At that point, they all kind of have enough skill that they know what they're doing. They know how to be safe, and they could definitely kick some novices' ass, but they can't beat the pros. So they're all locked in the same pool. And the 3-win system just eliminates any worry of the guy just trophy hunting.
Yeah, definitely.
Now the next question is, how are you going to track the points then? Right? Because a lot of the cool thing about the season is our celebration at the end of the year. And I want the novice guy to be highlighted. So It's a very simple system. The amateur and semi-pro, because the guys are moving up from amateur to semi-pro and back, and all this, they're all lumped into one points pool. So what it'll ultimately be is, your points will be tallied together for the same hand for the same class. So for example, 198 amateur right hand and 198 semi-pro right hand are in the exact same pool. So when you move up a class, and you don't have to worry about, hey, I just want to stay here and trophy hunt so I can get my points.
Yeah.
So we'll have all those together. It'll allow a great system for guys to advance and move up. And what we're going to do is encourage rather than discourage a lot of new guys. A lot of new guys, man. I think that we're probably losing, 40 to 50% of our new guys because they're getting straight up whooped. And if they're pulling a guy that can smoke everyone in the amateurs, that fucking sucks for everybody, right? Like, what did he come here for? What's the point of the amateur class? And then if he's getting forced to pull Artem and Austin Wade on his first two matches, well, that's pure trash too, because they're going to do whatever the hell they want to him. So I'm excited about it, man. It's gonna take some adjusting and everybody kind of getting used to. There's no shame in believing you may fit in the semi-pro instead of the pro. If you are the type of guy, you've been in the pro and you never get a win, I'm not opposed to you being in the semi-pro. If you're a guy that you place and you do good for yourself and you've given me a fucking war, you probably need to stay in the pro class. But I think we police ourselves really well. If you look at our amateur class, it's true amateurs usually. We're pretty good about our guys moving up and calling out the trophy hunters and kind of getting them to man up. But, they're not having to go straight into the lion's den. So I think that is going to allow us to retain a lot of the new guys. The hardest thing is getting the guy to the tournament. Once he's there, if the system is in place, you can keep him. And if we want to do $50,000, $30,000, whatever $1,000 we give away next year, we want to bring in some more people, more sponsors. If I had 5,000 people out here at the event, there's no way Budweiser's not involved. Right? Like, so it's just about getting more people, more participation, growing the sport. We are, in my opinion, the most organized arm wrestling league in the United States. I don't know anybody that would argue with that. Everything from our custom awards to our setup, to our live stream, to our merch line, our structure system. And this is no knock to anyone else. It's just my belief in what we have. I personally think we are the most organized. And I think that this is just like the triple early weigh-ins. I think it's just like splitting the tournament up. It's an innovative thing that I've seen done in the past. I'll actually give James Reed the credit for where I seen it done first. And as soon as I seen it, I knew it was onto something. So going to be something cool we're implementing. I would love to hear in the chat what you guys thought of the split tournament, running the amateurs in the morning and the pro in the afternoon. That was a really big deal. It took a lot of work and thinking to make that happen. So I would love to hear what some people think, get some feedback so I can make it a little bit better. Are the awards going to change for each event? Just curious. Great question. Overall awards. We are going to be implementing some great overall awards to our last overall winners, which I believe were Carl. Was it Carl? It was Brad and Carl, maybe, right?
Yeah, Carl won left. Brad won right.
Brad won right. So we're going to send you guys out some overall awards. We are going to be switching up our overall awards now, but the awards for the classes will stay the same for now. Only because to do an award like that and to do custom molding and stuff, just to be very transparent, it's extremely expensive. And it's just beneficial to order those in large batches. So I want to see you personally, John, show up at the FAL ceremony in December at the finals with all your awards on, looking like an iced out rapper. All right, let's go through and address some of the chats real quick. We got Josh Benelli in here, said, what's up? What's up? Josh is right there as one of our biggest supporters. If we ask to share it, this guy shares it. He's at all our stuff, getting all the merch, everything. Yeah, Josh, you are one of the hardcore day ones, so thank you for that. Garage Grinder says time to get stronger, I'd say. Yeah, that's what I'm saying right here. We got school lady boy. I thought that was school wheels. School lady boy says, yo, that probably is school wheels. Right the hand says after 8 months of pros, you should be getting at least one win on Trent. Damn, shots fired. Who is your match right now, Trent?
On pros with 3 months, you should get a win on me.
Are you getting smoked by right the hand?
I think we've only pulled once left hand. He beat me after I had a war with Ford Canary.
Okay. Well, don't feel bad. I lost 3 times.
But I think he's only beat me once. But nothing against Chris. Chris is a strong ass dude.
Yeah.
You know me. If I lose, he was a stronger man that day. I don't make excuses. I take my ass with him like a man.
All right, let's see. We got Wade. Austin Wade is in the house. Says, "What's up? What's up, Austin? You're looking fierce." I wish I screenshotted that picture where you had your arms all. That video where you had your arms all bowed out, flexing on everybody. You looked like Craig Touye. Austin Jagger says a good example would be me and Derek. I think that was a bit ago. I'm not sure what he's referring to. The levels between you and Derek. Yeah, they might be great. All right, you guys are polling shortly. We're going to find out. I actually got that match split like 50-50. What else we got? If you're looking for more people, then you need to find larger venues with no time limit, so there is no rush. I'm not sure what you meant. There was no time limit or a rush, James Clark, at the last one. However, I agree. Bigger venues are always better, and taking your time is always better. There's a fine line between hurrying it along and getting people out of there. So one thing we are going to address and do better is we are going to have a better awards ceremony. So after you win, we won't just be handing out awards. We're going to have a little stage with a banner where you can come over, take your picture, and kind of pose and get your picture. That's something we definitely could have done better, and we are addressing. I believe we're in talks right now to have Eclipse Tattoo have a whole special setup over there where she's going to be the person doing the award ceremony and all that on the side. So we're still in talks about that. But yes, I agree. No time limit. I hate a rush, and I love large venues. Right. The hand says make all the setups, even pros, go to the ref script. Need to move it along. Well, there you go. There's another guy saying hurry it up, and one guy saying slow it down. I love the split tournament, Garage Grinder says. I did too. It was made for a little bit longer day for promoters and refs, but absolutely kicked ass. I imagine if you were a novice guy, you got out of there pretty quick. James Clark says ref grip is definitely better. You know, I never hear a problem about the amateurs and the ref grip, but at the last tournament, a couple people didn't like how Luke and them were kind of forcing their hand low.
Yeah, I think it was so strict on it. I think that's really only.
It was just their style, man. There's some by the book referees. They're real strict. They do a good job, but I think people will like that. We're going to back it down 10%. Still going to same rules and all that, but you know, a little bit more our style. But remember too, that was kind of when we had the guys showing up, you know, certifying everyone, getting it going. John says he's going to show up with a neck brace from so many awards. Yo, you're going to be clanking, dog.
I don't see a lot of people beating his left, honestly.
My dog said he's going to have 22 awards.
He might.
All right. Right. The hand says I'm just messing. All right. I'll leave your ponytail intact. Retro Waves Polar says, what's up? Yes, Garage Grinder, your wife is the coolest, cool chick. Trent. Oh, I'm over here about to say your comment. Yeah, so the tournament's going to be at city limits. I don't know did I show the little video on the last chat where we were zooming around? I don't think I have it no more. Guy like me, you got to erase your internet history once a day.
Too many viruses.
Oh, geez, man, this phone's shot. Stuff this phone has seen. You just imagine this phone could tell you a story, Trent.
A story.
But yeah, we're going to be over at city limits. Me and Chance have been over there meeting with the owner. Beautiful venue. kick-ass place, dude. They are going to accommodate every bit of food you want. You are not going to be having to scrape by with a bare bones menu. I mean, these people have some of the best burgers, best wings. They love to have live bands, all this. We're going to have a big stage with 3 monitors showing the tournament, probably the live stream and maybe bracket, whatever we got going. There's an outdoor bar, an indoor bar. We're going to have an exhibition on the side where we are putting up some money for any bikers from Bike Week that can come and beat Chance. Obviously open to this is not for pro arm wrestlers, but it's going to be a huge exhibit. This place is the official DeLand Bike Week after party. So DeLand has a big following, just like Daytona. And at around 3:00, when City Hall lets out down there and they close everything down on Main Street in DeLand, everybody, the whole after party is going to come on over to city limits. So expect the pro class to be pretty rowdy. They encourage us to stay there all night. So I think we're going to leave some tables overnight, probably let people after pull until they close, whoever, wants to stay around and kick it. This place, they have 3 events here. So we really want to show up, keep it clean, keep it, make it nice so they can come on back. These people are probably some of our biggest supporters as far as venues go. And I personally think it's going to be our very best events. They're central located. They're easy to get to for North and South. And the dude loves arm wrestling. He thinks it's like the most, he thinks it just fits in perfect with this biker, bar and Bike Week and all this. The another thing that people have been asking about, your points. Every single person that's been to the event has some points, one form or another. You get 1 point just for signing up in the class. You obviously get 2 for third, 4 for second, and 6 for first, and 5 for the overall. So we do have points leaders. This will all be posted, I think, the next day or 2. We're compiling it. I want to make sure there's no errors so that I don't have 15 people messaging me about, hey, you're 1 point off. But we will have an Excel spreadsheet that's going to come out and everybody can kind of see the points race and the points leaders from each class. It's going to make for a real good look. 19 days out?
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, listen, man, that $10,000 is real. It's real as can be, and it's coming. So I think we're about to start seeing, after 3-4 events, we're going to start to see that leader do this. He's going to take
I don't think John realizes it, but he plays second left-handed at qualifiers. CDL won first. CDL's not going to be able to hit a lot of this tournament. So right now, John's pretty much sitting in that first place seat.
That's what I was telling you, that consistency is going to get it. What else, man? It's a big deal. The official semi-pro announcement is going to come out tomorrow with a detailed write out of exactly how the structure is, but you've heard it here first. That's kind of the point of the show, is to give the some of you guys the early news. Right, the hand says he's juicing. I'm proud of you. Too bad it's apples and oranges. George said till George shows up. Listen, John, if you get 2 races ahead of him, you might be way out to go. I mean, if you took second, you got 4 points for the second, 1 for showing up. So you got 5 points on that hand.
I'm going to be honest, though. I pulled George and I pulled John. That's going to be a hell of a match.
Which hand?
Left-handed, with both of them healthy. John's right still bothering him. He said he's going to try to start pulling, but John's right's been injured for a while. But I mean, left-handed, I think that's going to be a good match. If you can stop George's hook, I mean, you can get it in there. And John said he's got a hook, so that might be a really good hook match right there. I think that one could really go either way, honestly. I mean, I've pulled both of them.
Well, that's saying a lot for John, because George's hook is stout left-handed.
Stout. Yeah.
That dude is rock solid.
I think once John gets past that little mental block, knowing that George right now is the number 176 badass in Florida, I don't care what the ranking says. I think once John gets past that, I think he goes up there and in his mind, 100%, he's going to win. I think he'll bust some ass. Honestly,
Forgive me for my ignorance, but what does the rankings say?
I
Do
think
they
it's still. I think it's still got Kevin Sams at 1, which he hasn't even pulled 176 in over a year. I think they got John sitting at like 5th. Matt Baez is now at 4th. Matter of fact, shout out to Matt. He beat Dylan Dragon, or how you say his last name, at a practice yesterday, 3-1 left-handed. So he is now number 4 at 176. I'm not sure who's at number. Who's at 3rd? At 170. I'm not sure who's at 3rd.
I don't know. I don't have the rankings pulled up. Here, I'll pull them on up. Let's check it out. What is it? This is Florida rankings. Is this what we're talking about right now, or not in the
Yeah,
hook?
no, Florida rankings.
Okay. Florida arm wrestling rankings.
John said he is 3rd behind PJ McCarthy.
I'm not even telling y'all where I'm at when I see my name. It's probably shameful. We'll go to 76.
So if John's sitting at 3rd left.
Yeah.
Him and PJ's a hard one to get around left-handed.
Why is Kyle Pritz so low on there?
He pulled 198 the other day.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, I mean, he's got 20-inch biceps.
Well, I don't know. See, Austin just got in the chat and said that George is feeling stronger now. He was smashing him left-handed all day yesterday. So George may be moving up, and he hasn't been he may be training that left up pretty good. So
Yeah, well, hey, I'd love to see it. George strong both hands.
yeah.
Yes, right. The hand said those, so the 3 classes will thin it out a little. 3 divisions will split the pool up and make the classes a little thin. Yes, it will. This is important too. It's going to allow a few more guys in the lower class to win. So you guys' points will be, you will have a lot more 4 and 6 point winners than if we just had 1. But remember too, you guys are all pulled in the same. So 198, right, novice, or I'm sorry, amateur or semi-pro is in the same points race at the end. And this is just going to encourage you guys to move up without being scared of losing your points or your season's credibility. There's going to be very few people that win their first 3 amateur events, then win their first 3 semi-pro events. In the event that happens, yes, you'll probably have half a season in semi-pro amateur and half a season in pro. But that is probably the 2%, right?
Yeah, but here's the thing. When you're an amateur or even a semi-pro, that's not really a time to worry about getting a trophy or your points. That's you go to a tournament to get pulls in, to be better, to get better, to get to that pro level. Once you hit your pro level, then worry about points and making the money. But if you're an amateur or a semi-pro, just worry about getting them pulls in, worry about working your way into that pro class, winning a couple of damn tournaments, and then go for the big money. That's just my personal opinion.
And that's the whole point of adding the 3 divisions, is to make it where you're getting a better experience when you come here and you're actually getting to learn as you pull. So I think it's going to be an improvement, man. It's, when you tell people you're going to run amateur in the morning, they tell you that's crazy. When you tell people you're going to have a full season, they tell you it's crazy. You tell them you're going to have 3 simultaneous weigh-ins all in different areas, they tell you that's crazy. They're going to say this is crazy, some people, but it's innovative, man. Everything new is going to be a little bit different and take some fine tuning, but I think it's definitely the key to growing Florida arm wrestling. The longer we can retain the new guy, the better. And, it's hard enough getting these guys here. We're about to pump some serious money into advertisements and marketing and really pushing the brand. We've just got a beautiful commercial made and all this stuff. So when this commercial comes out, all you guys that were unsure about buying the jersey, a lot of you are in that video. I'll tell you what, that commercial doesn't consist of just the best arm wrestlers. That sponsor doesn't care about who's the best. He doesn't know you. He doesn't know the difference from the amateur 154 to Chance Shaw. What he knows is he sees 2 guys wearing the jersey. So don't be surprised if some of you amateurs, some of you potential semi-pros appear in the commercial. That was the point of putting everybody in the jersey, so we had as much promotional material. But I will tell you, we definitely don't select just favorites when it comes to making the promotional stuff. So wait till you see the commercial coming out. Um, there's a lot of crazy cool stuff happening, dude. We're having these events back to back. And if you go somewhere else, like I was just in Oklahoma. Wait, was I in Oklahoma?
Arkansas, bro.
Arkansas. That's all fucking insane. Someone would have beat me up if I said that at that bar. When they don't know when their next event is. They'll have the Monster Factory out there, but that's not really a tournament. It's a super match series. So, we're blessed to be able to have a full schedule and to be able to just say, if I don't want to go to September, I just don't go to September. It sucks to miss out on things, but you don't have to attend them all. But I'll tell you what, them dudes out in Oklahoma would have loved to have the Oklahoma Armwrestling League if we were there. So I think the more events, the better. But that being said, man, 19 days away. That's surreal. We were just at an event. 19 days, got another one.
Well, think about it. One thing I'm gonna say to all the amateurs, if they're watching, if they're not watching, whatever, is don't get discouraged about the whole point system or getting beat. That amateur class is there for you to learn setups, how to arm wrestle, how refs are. I mean, it's arm wrestling, a stepping stone. You know that, I know that. We should all understand that. You got to start from the bottom and work your way up. So, I mean, if you go in there and you get your ass whooped 4 or 5 tournaments in a row, it's okay, because every time I guarantee you're going to get a little bit better, especially if you're training, unless you're like me and you just suck all the way around.
Hey, apparently that's how I've been treating my super matches, right?
Yeah.
I'll just keep losing until I figure this shit out. Hey, we are at 293 subscribers.
We're getting there.
We got to be at, I told you the initial goal. Remember that first day I said 300 is a success.
Yep.
If we get 300, in my opinion, we got about 75% of Florida arm wrestlers. Yeah, I'd love to see us hit 300 tonight. If anyone could share this channel, push it to your buddies, tell your friend that has like 6 burner accounts to like this on all of them or subscribe. FAL is nice because it's cheap to get to. Yes, wait till you see the next couple events in Central Florida. I know we had a couple people missing out on the last one because we were a little bit far away. Maybe Brooksville, Florida wasn't the easiest to get to. Right here in DeLand, Florida. I don't know if you guys are familiar with DeLand. Basically, Daytona Beach. It is the most central located place in all of Florida. You coming straight down 95, straight up 95, or I-4. We're all right there. So, the last event did nearly 200 entries. Don't be surprised if this one's bigger. That one had the attraction of the East versus West. But I will argue to say that there's not a soul that missed the last one that's missing this one too. If you miss these, if you watched that last fucking stream and you don't come to this next tournament, you don't like arm wrestling. There's no way, dude. That stream was so crazy. I rewatched it and I'm just like, holy shit, we pulled this off. And remember, that's day 1. Remember how much you sucked on your job the first day? That's day 1. You wait till number 11. We're going to knock it out the park. So, dude, there's no way that someone watched that and then was like, nah, fuck that. I'm not going to the next one. There's no way. They're coming to that event. I mean, I think it's going to be fucking huge. I think it's going to be massive. Just guessing, I always estimate on the low side, but I think it's going to be huge. DeLand, Florida is not hard to get to. No. And piggybacking off of the success of the last event, dude, how would you not go to that? Like, I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're going to have a better show this time. Probably a better stream, probably better everything. And can you raise the bar 11 times? I don't know. But you better believe we're going to spend the money and try.
Damn right we're going to try.
This is not a league dude, I mean, we're going all out on this shit. It's beneficial to everybody how much me and Chance love arm wrestling. If we liked money as much as we love arm wrestling, the league would just be some bare bones little shit box of a company, We're trying to throw fucking mega parties for our boys, win or lose, So I anticipate this being absolutely massive event. It's probably going to be our biggest and best ever. I would argue to say the last one is the best event I've ever hosted. You know, maybe not. King of Florida that 1 year was maybe comparable, but I don't think the stream and the quality was. So, you know, having people like Robert Kelly on board, having all these people, it's crazy how much value it adds to us. You know, they're a multiplier. You take the FAL and then add Robert Kelly to it, and we look like we're 4 times as good as we are.
Yeah, Robert Kelly's in the chat right now.
Is he in there?
Yeah, he said we already got upgrades for the next event. So.
That's what I'm talking about. This guy, listen, bro, this guy is blessing us too. And we're trying to do all we can for him, but I promise you, I can't afford what he's really doing for us. He's putting on a $5,000 production.
Yeah, all day.
A super budget for us. So, you know, don't be fooled. This guy is, bro, I mean, he's got, you know, headsets you can walk around with, mics. I mean, all that fancy equipment. I don't know none of that shit. So shout out to him. Having dudes like, you know, having our solid ref crew. Absolutely integral part. Chuck Westbury was asking that. Hey, can I hire the FAL refs? You know, and obviously we're not co-promoting his event, but we are doing, he has his event under our banner. To be very clear, you know, we are supporting Chuck and he is part of the Florida Armwrestling League, but ultimately that one-off event is his and Little Mike's. But he was just asking me, hey man, you know, now that we got certified refs, can I hire the refs? Can I get the, you know, so it goes to show you that, you know, the quality is there. We're building these things, you know, we're all improving. But if you went to the last one, man, I just want you to judge me on that. Might be my rough draft. You know, don't wait till you see this polished statue, you know, this finished product that we have on December. I can't promise what it'll look like, but I can promise we're going to try to level up every time. And this event is, you know, 19 days away. More and more setup, more, you know, more and more things going into it, refining the little things like adding the semi-pro, all the little things. We got a new merch drop. I think we teased that on the last time. We're putting out the black jersey, all sorts of cool shit. So, you know, don't be fooled too that this is exciting. You know, it's exciting to be a part of. It's exciting to be able to do for everybody and to organize. So, you know, I'm all in on this. I'm all in on this league and just growing it and having as much fun as we can. The truth is this experiment might work. It might not. In the event it doesn't work, we had the year or 2 or 3 or 4 of our lives.
Yep.
You know, it may not be supported. That's the key, is this doesn't just exist on its own. If it gets the support, it grows, and it can be for 50 years. If it doesn't, all right, we spent a little bit of money and we had the fucking baddest events we ever had. And we'll tell
And you know what? And you know what? We go right back to arm wrestling and bars like the old days.
It's always there.
That's
it's
where
like the raggedy chick in your neighborhood that won't go away. She's always there.
Yeah.
But you better swing for the fences with the prom queen if you can. And that's who's talking to you right now. So we, you know, I want to blow it up, man. I hope we look back in 6 events and we laugh at the first event. Like, oh my God, you remember when we thought that was good? I mean, Trent, you were there. Yeah. We thought Florida States was fucking big deal.
Yep.
How you feel about Florida? You don't feel like it was a big deal no more?
No, it was average. It's the average tournament now.
Average now, right? So that's what you're going to say about Pro Gear next. That's the level of steps, you know, I want to take. So
yeah,
as long as we're reflecting back on it and we're looking at shit like, yeah, that was nothing now that what we got, you know, then we're doing the right thing. We're moving on the right path. But yeah, man, it just takes support. It's one of them things, you know, this type of shit comes and goes, man. I've been around 12 years. I've seen arm wrestling at a high point. I've seen arm wrestling at a low point. You know, 2018, 2019, 2020, these are shit years for arm wrestling. 2021, dog shit year of arm wrestling. 2022 starts really blowing up again. 2021 started being okay, but don't think we aren't on the rise. You guys should enjoy these peaks because with everything, your girl, your life, your job, and your hobby, they come with peaks and valleys. And don't be fooled. You are on the ascent right now, and we are heading towards one of the peaks. So enjoy the ride, buckle up. Because it gets a lot worse than this. Like you said, arm wrestling in bars is always there. And at the lowest point when there's no money and nothing else, and we have no prize and no like everything is dog shit, we can always go back to this junky ass bar arm wrestling. And I loved it. That's how I started. So what the other thing though is we can't always come back to this.
No.
This has to be, we have to really be careful with this and groom it and support it. And
this is our only shot
at
making it this big.
And we're growing. The thing is, though, is we got the support. Listen, our first event was a mega success. Everything is moving along, shit is booming. So I have a dream that in 10 months from now, we're the biggest shit in America. Hands down. And I personally believe we already are. It's just like you being the baddest dude in the country, but you ain't got to showcase it yet.
Yep.
So, by the end of the year, man, our award ceremony, you're going to have out-of-state guys wishing they were a part of it. And the other thing too, man, is just the bigger it grows, the more we can put into it, the more sponsors, the more, everything. So the support we had from everybody that came to the first one was out of control. I've never seen a stage like that. It looked like the Royal Rumble. Man, I've never seen a crowd like that going so crazy. So anybody that did come to the first one, thank you. If none of you guys came to the first one, there might not have been a second. So I think
the thing about it, like kind of piggyback off what you said, there's 300 or so arm wrestlers in the state of Florida alone. If we had just Florida show up to every tournament, that's a big ass tournament no matter what. We don't need, we love the out of state support and we appreciate it. But, Florida arm wrestling is for us. Florida's got to stick together and keep it going. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah. And, the key with this league too is to not, we don't want to exile any arm wrestlers. We don't want to put off anyone. It's definitely dictatorship. This is for the arm wrestlers, by the arm wrestler. I am an arm wrestler much more than a promoter. I spent my hard-earned dollars to go out and arm wrestle and all this bullshit for the past decade. I love arm wrestling. So I think that's what gives us the leg up too, though, is, we know what's cool. We know what works and we know what the guys want. They don't want to sit around all day. They want to make sure they have good food. They want to make sure they're comfortable. We learned at the first event, a lot of seating is super beneficial.
Seating's always awesome.
We never knew we wanted seating like that. I personally didn't know 150 seats is a good idea. I thought that was insane. Come to find out, it was a great idea. James Clark says, how much does a billboard cost? I don't know, but you imagine an FAL billboard. The day that happens, that we are a success. You put it, we're on a billboard, that's a success.
I really don't think they're that much, honestly.
We got a little circle jerk in the chat between Retro Wave and Right the Hand going on. They're kind of both complimenting each other's lefts. Y'all go ahead and do that in a private chat. Making it weird in the live chat. Just saying. Robert Kelly says, I can't wait until March. I got like 5 more cameras. Bro, this guy is out of control. He says, let's go wild with the crowd cams. Yes. I love that idea. We should have pros attached to our forehead mid-match. You want to
I want one right here. Right here on my head.
Man, hey, that'd be a good view. We need to embed one into those hats. A lot of merch getting given away at this one, man. I think that was one of the cooler things we did. We talked about throwing the merch out and this and that.
That was awesome.
By the end of the key is at the end of the year, man, I want everybody to have a bunch of merch. So it benefits us in a couple ways. When you buy the merch, it supports the league. And when you wear the merch, it grows the sport. I went to Arkansas. I probably had 25 people talk to me between my house and the airport about arm wrestling. Yo, what's Florida Arm Wrestling League? What is this? You an arm wrestler? Hey, this guy? Blah, blah, you know how it goes. And I had a bunch of connecting flights and layovers and shit. So I was around 1 billion people. But yeah, when you wear our shit, you're blowing us up. So we'd like to put as much of it on your back as we can. I love giving away merch. I just like giving away stuff. Selling stuff is weird for me. I think money makes everything too complicated. So uh that merch giveaway and throwing it into the crowd, man, that felt good. That was a feel good moment, I think, for Florida. When I seen all them old ladies and stuff jumping up and grabbing shit, and I was like, man, it's a madhouse in here. So Maxed Out says, got to shoot me the link next time. Yeah, they banned you for you got a 3-episode suspension for taking that one loss to Dylan. Around here, you either lose all 3 or you win all 3, son. That's how you stay in the club.
Yep. That's why I just go 0-2. I just lose all of it. And I ain't got to worry
That's
about
why
it
I
no
go
more.
0-3. Yeah, the old streams were bad in comparison. The truth is this is Robert Kelly's type of guy, the more you invest in him, the better. That event that they just did out in McSherry, it was a good event, but they had my dog in a corner with like a 1950s like school desk sitting on there. His whole setup was confined to a 3-foot area. So he's the type of guy you want to put in front of a supercomputer with 7 drones, right?
Yep.
He'll make shit happen. So when
We make sure he has the best down here.
yeah, man. Hey, we will hardline you to the Wi-Fi, whatever is needed. My dog's out here. Let's see. He's sending us a video. Is this where? Can we share this? Oh shit. Oh, I like it. He's giving us an example of his work. Yeah. Yeah. So Robert Kelly's going to be able to do a couple cool things. He's got now the ability to, post little things like it's a pin. He's showing me a video right now of him and of John and Artem going back and forth, and it's kind of 1-1 type thing where he's showing the score and all this. So he's got an ability to have a bunch of cool graphic overlays and slip or go to the straps type of graphic pop up. And let's see if we can get that video up and screen share it real quick.
Yeah, I gotta say, Robert he's one of the best I've seen as far as live streaming stuff and be able to add stuff to it. And I was watching that tournament in Arkansas, and him putting up there, that's a pin, that kind of stuff, that really made a video pretty cool.
Dude, he's the truth. He was killing it. Let's see if I could screen share this. Let's see. Give you a good example of his work. Yeah, so now look at that. He's got the ability to overlay our graphics, put the score for a super match. Look at my dog out here looking beastly. Hey, he grew into them ears, didn't he?
Finally.
He did. It only took him 12 years, but he grew right into them. Yeah, so man, the kid is always advancing, and that's kind of what the tip we want to be on. So Robert Kelly's a great addition. The dude he's the new and improved Gary Roberts. Don't be fooled. Red Lightning.
We couldn't have found a better person, that's for sure.
Nah, dude, we lucked out too. And the good thing is he was a believer early on. The guy shows up in the middle of Orlando to an unproven league with an idea.
Yep.
So you got to roll with a guy like that all the way to the end. He was with you from the beginning when you didn't have shit, and now you're on the rise, blowing up. You got to roll with him every time, right? He's a
100%
there.
He's a Florida man for life now. He might as well just pack his shit up and move down here.
Yeah. What up, Shelby? I think we're going to get John Theron down here a bunch. I was trying to set up John Theron and Austin Wade, but I think Austin Wade has a match with Bob Brown, from what I understand.
Yeah, I think there's something going on with that.
Factory.
Yeah, I'm kind of upset about it because, Artem's got a match, Carl's got a match, Daniel Roy's got a match, and now Austin. And I was I was going to take off work and go with them. And I guess Michael Todd's like limiting the amount of people that can be there. Like you're allowed, like the puller's allowed one person to come with them only.
You want me to tell? I'll message. Hold on. What's going on here? We're gonna message Michael Todd on the show right now.
Just tell him that you want a match, and I'll be your corner man, and we'll just sneak Ashley in the side door.
I'm gonna tell him, bro. Trent Johns is a bad dude.
Now, don't go that far. Don't lie to him.
You got to let him into the Monster Factory. Yeah, now we'll troll anyone on this channel. It's yeah, that's unexcusable. If you're throwing a party and you don't invite Trent Johns, it ain't much of a party. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
tell
kind
you
of a
why
cool
they
guy
call it
sometimes.
P-Money, but it is not PG. So you better put your kids to bed before I tell that story.
Oh God.
Oh man, Robert Kelly says FAL for life. Wade versus John Theron at my Airbnb after the Monster Factory. I would watch that in a heartbeat, and I would pay for the pay-per-view from the Airbnb. Let's talk about setting that up. Some after poll super matches. Yeah, it's gonna be a good match. I actually asked for the Bob Brown match before, but I actually think Wade's too much for him. I don't think it's a good match. I thought that Bob Brown was just washed up enough that I would give him a war. I think Wade is gonna flash him 3 times.
I'll be honest with you. After seeing that match with him and the Australian dude, from Australia,
I don't know.
At the last Monster Factory.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't very impressed with how Bob looked.
Well, yeah, I mean that King's move is okay, but it's kind of low and.
Well, I think Austin's got too much back pressure for him. Like Bob always has that kind of drop in back pressure. I think Austin's going to yank his ass across the table.
Well, don't be fooled. You can only do that if you can pronate.
Yeah.
No, he might just get hooked.
And he's not pronating to Austin's hand.
No, Wade's got a stupid his center pressure is good. I don't actually think his arm is extremely strong. For me in Austin, I know he can see this right now. When the match stops, Austin is not as good as when the match is about to say go. I think that his pure strength is on the go. He has an ability to hit into the setup and he kind of crashes down like this. For me, my style, it's fucking devastating, but I think that his hit's going to be too much and he'll blow it up. And then if they do go arm to arm, I think he still has more arm. But I think that, what you're going to have is Austin's strength is his hit. And I think that's what's going to be tonight for Bob Brown. But hey, you never know. With that style, it could be badass. Maybe he stops him. Did y'all see them head veins? No, but I'm a head vein fan in arm wrestling. The more head veins, the better. That's mainly why I tune into Todd Hutchings matches.
Well, the thing about Austin is, and like me and him's talking about it, he's a whole different person on the table. Like he looks like a damn great white shark. His fucking face turns white. His damn pupils get huge. Like when he's up there, it's almost like a damn fucking backwoods brawl. I'm here to kill your ass, motherfucker guy.
Somebody clip this fucking clip. This is like the legend of Jeremy Pappy, #2. Yeah, he is super competitive. I'll tell you what, if he brings his mom, there's no fucking chance Bob Brown wins that one. There's no chance. So, Wade, if you can bring one person, bring your mom. Leave your brother at home. Bring your mom, I promise. She will add to your horsepower 15%. Yeah, Maxed Out says Florida Arm Wrestling's popping up to the top. Yeah, I agree. Where are we at now? Matt Baez gets us more subscribers on this channel than anyone. Austin Wade says mom is coming. Yes. Good. Tell her to get super crazy too. Tell her to get wild. He's bringing 2 women. 2 women and Trent Johns ain't allowed.
All right.
That's it. Wait, I'll get you in there, Trent. I'll make it happen for you.
Yeah, I ain't worried about it. I got FAL. I don't need a Monster Factory.
That's it. Hey, they didn't invite your boy either, so don't worry about it. The look on Michael Todd's face after I lost to Cody Dollar was like, nigga, I ain't never giving you a match. Never. He looked at me like, what the fuck are you talking about? So out of control. Dude, met a bunch of cool guys those weekend. Bo Olsen, cool ass dude. Rush Schrader, cool ass dude. Cody Dollar, cool guy. Robert Kelly, who they call Big Red. You got to tell me.
That dude looked like a beast.
Who, Big Red?
Yeah.
Hold on. The 76 guy or the giant guy with the mullet?
The giant guy with the mullet and the overalls. Oh,
Yes.
corn-fed.
Yeah,
Big
that
old
wasn't Big Red.
corn-fed Arkansas dude. I loved him.
He stopped Michael Todd for a decent bit.
I seen that left-handed,
Hey,
yeah.
listen, if a 6'7" guy, big old country guy like that in overalls and a mullet comes up to you, don't arm wrestle him.
No.
He's gonna be so goddamn strong when you grab him. He's been out there wrestling pigs and cows and shit his whole life.
But no, the long-haired, red-headed guy in the 76, he looks super ass strong too.
Hey, every one of you guys needs to step up being an FAL fan. Max Stouts at a gas station just got randoms to subscribe to our channel.
Hey, I got a dude from Canada to subscribe the other day.
I respect that. Yeah, we want to hit 300. That would be cool.
I told him I was repping his merch. He had to subscribe to our channel.
Respect. I appreciate that. I'm gonna start leveraging every deal I do into I'll sell you this bike, but only if you subscribe to my channel.
Yeah, I got a dude that I done work for. He bought one of our homes, and I had to do some warranty work for him. He used to arm wrestle back in I think he said early 2000s, late 90s, and he wants to go to practice Friday. He's probably a 176, 180 guy, and he wants to get back into it. I'm gonna try to get him to go to Daniels with me Friday, get him back involved.
Yeah, man, we're growing. This shit is booming. We were at the last event. The pro turnout was really good. However, I still know about 30 to 40% of the pros that I know weren't even there. Amateur tournament.
I was surprised Max wasn't there.
Yeah,
qualifier.
There was quite a few people that weren't there. However, a lot of people showed up. Amateur tournament turnout at Florida State's was twice what it was at the at this last event. So I think that goes to show just geographically. An amateur is not willing to drive as far as someone else. I just flew to fucking Arkansas. Yeah. What sort of guy that just started is going to do that? So your level of commitment is probably linked to how far you're willing to drive. So
I don't know. I was 3 months in, drove 12-hour Mississippi. So
I was with you. Drove me.
That's just me. That's just me. 3 months. 2 practices in, I'm like 12-hour Mississippi. Hell, let's go.
Not everybody's a fun guy like you. I promise.
I'm down for anything.
That's it, especially calling and pretending like you are someone important to get us out of breaking the windows out of a hotel.
Got us that presidential suite, didn't I?
That's it, son. That's it. I don't know. Me and Artem stayed in the fucked up room.
Yeah, damn sure did.
Glass everywhere. People knocking on the door in the middle of the night trying to do repairs and shit. Yeah, man, it's blowing up. This event, man, 19 days out. Come on out, support it if you can. Appreciate y'all coming out. We're going to do some more free merch for the first so-and-so people. We'll announce all that, but expect more insanity. Expect it to be bigger, better, crazier. It's an arm wrestling party. Don't miss it. I've been arm wrestling a long time, and I never got to see any of these. So, this is the thing, man. Every moment in life is not a peaked moment. Be very aware that this is the peak of Florida arm wrestling that I've ever seen. So
that's for sure.
Even if you don't come spend $1, come watch it. Come hang out. So you can say in 10 years when arm wrestling sucks again that you were there. You were at the fucking official bike week tournament where, the insanity went down. You watched Jerome Loud and Brad Grundy banging it out in a boxing ring.
You can wear your old faded FAL jersey to the gym. Back in the day, I used to be an arm wrestler.
You can tell everybody about it long ago, Yep. So one day we'll all just be a bunch of war stories. The more glorious they are, the better. We'll end it on that. Guys, I'll see you guys in about 19 days. We go live on here every Monday and Thursday at 9:00. Appreciate everybody for supporting it, and you are the reason this thing is growing. So that being said, I'll see y'all Thursday. Trent, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, man. I'll see you Thursday.